Hey parents, my name is Matt and I am the middle school pastor here at Willow Southlake, and this is my wife,
Crystal. Hey guys, so we just want to let you know we're praying for you. We have 2 kids of our own and we know how overwhelming and crazy this season can feel, but we just wanted to take a minute to share a vision we feel God has laid on our heart for our students during this time.
Definitely. So we really feel like God has actually been speaking the same thing to both of us just in our own personal devotion times. And so I feel like God kept bringing me back to the book of Numbers chapter 13. And you might be familiar with this passage, but the Israelites are wandering out in the desert. Moses and Aaron send 12 spies into the land of Canaan, the promised land, to explore it and see what the land is like. And after 40 days of exploring, the 12 spies come back and 10 of them give this really negative report. They focus on all the obstacles that the land provides. The people that inhabit the land are bigger than us. We're like grasshoppers to them. They talk about how they outnumber us. But there were 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, who decided to not see all those things, but remember the promise that God had given them, that God would deliver the people who inhabited the land into their hands. And so I feel like God's been really shifting my perspective and challenging my perspective on this season that we're in, this pandemic, and how I view it. Do I view it as an obstacle or do I view it as an opportunity? And God's really been speaking the same thing to you through a different passage.
Yeah, so God keeps bringing to mind the parable of the sheep and how he leaves the 99 to find the one. And I keep seeing our students that way because they're all separated. They're all the one right now. And when you're alone, you're more vulnerable to attack. And in this pandemic, we talk about physical vulnerability, right? We're staying home to protect the physically vulnerable. But there's a spiritual vulnerability that we need to also be protecting. Our students are in their most formative years of deciding how they feel about this Jesus thing. And I don't want to minimize. I know this pandemic is very hard, but it is temporary. And the spiritual effects of this pandemic on our students, though, they're eternal. And that's just something God has been laying on my heart, is how do we make sure our students feel connected and stay together during this pandemic?
Yeah, and so really that's the vision, is how do we partner together? How do we make this season not an obstacle, not a hiccup in our own personal spiritual lives or in the spiritual lives of our students, but how do we see it as an opportunity like none other? And so parents, we're asking for your partnership. Would you partner with us in making sure that your student is engaging with the things that we have going on online? We have virtual small groups every Sunday at 2 p.m. and we hope that your students are engaging with us there. If you don't have the information on how they can do that, you can find all of that at wsl@home.org/elevate. It is password protected, and so if you need the password, just shoot me an email, and I would be happy to provide that to you. But community is so important, and this virtual small groups, this is how our students experience community, and they don't feel as isolated when they are in those groups together. And so parents, we're asking for your help. Help your students stay connected with our ministry. You, as the parents, stay connected with our ministry. Subscribe to our e-news, subscribe to our text list, follow us on Instagram. All these are great ways that you can stay in touch with what's happening in Elevate. Let's view this season as an opportunity and focus on the promises of God rather than an obstacle. And we're hoping that you'll partner with us in that. We're cheering you on, parents. We're in this together, and we can't wait to see you in person.